Louise Minchin's beloved husband David sent shockwaves through her when he uttered the words, "You'll know when it's over." Louise Minchin's husband issued her a stark warning after noticing the toll her TV work for BBC Breakfast took on her. Although they rushed down the aisle after less than a year of dating, they have remained husband and wife for almost 3 decades, and she instantly trusted his opinion. David, a restaurant entrepreneur and courageous cancer survivor, told her that she would instinctively know when it was time to leave her morning job. As had predicted, after almost 20 years in her BBC role, she started to struggle with the permanent exhaustion caused by beginning her day in the middle of the night. Eventually, as she explained to You magazine, she left the role purely so that she could get some sleep. "I never got used to getting up at 3:45 a.m. and it wasn't good for me," she explained. "I loved the role, but for years I lived in a cycle of tiredness, having to be incredibly regimented and organized about everything from my social life and bedtime to what I ate." She continued, "Also, it was approaching my 20th anniversary there and I felt it had come to a natural end. My husband had always said, 'You'll know when it's over,' and I did." In September 2021, Louise hosted her final show together with co-star Dan Walker, who has since also left the BBC in favor of a career with Channel 5. She had made the decision so that she could exit the job before she stopped enjoyed it, referencing relentless pressure and grueling timings. Her decision was supported by David, with whom she shares 2 teenage daughters, Mia and Scarlett. Ever since their 1998 wedding alongside 50 of their nearest and dearest in a tiny Hampshire church, they vow to stand by each other's decisions and make each other's happiness a priority. That's a commitment they've kept to, and, despite keeping a low profile initially after leaving the BBC, she soon found a huge new project, albeit with less challenging hours. She took part in a New Year special of Gladiators, joining forces with comedian Rob Beckett, The Masked Singer's Joel Dommett, and fellow comedian Ellie Taylor. Ahead of her appearance, she told OK! Magazine, "My family laughed out loud for 2 reasons. 1, that it's totally ridiculous that I should be doing Gladiators at my age, and number 2, they absolutely know that it's my idea of heaven." The cycling and fitness enthusiast was left with a bleeding nose when the episode screened on New Year's Day, as she took on the collision challenge and got knocked from the walkway by one of the gladiators. However, another praised admiringly, "You're actually a bit of a warrior, Louise. Who knew?"